Welcome. Discussions with DT Parker. Got another live one today. Another good one. Yes, indeed. But anyway, yes, welcome to Discussions with DT Parker. We are definitely going to try to keep these, hey, Chef, within an hour. Because, yeah, I have an old iPhone 13 and it overheats. You don't need to hear my sad sob story. But yes, that's the situation. But we got another good one today. Welcome Twitch. Twitch is active, IG Live, of course, and YouTube. Hey, Chef. Thank you, YouTube, for the folks that have already liked, subscribed, and followed. Appreciate you. Thank you very much. If you haven't already done so, please make sure you like, subscribe, and follow. All right, because we have a lot of talking points, a lot to cover today, a lot to unpack today. And again, I don't ever want to turn this into a blame thing, because I resume equal responsibility for both women and men. So, hey Maul, hey Official Stepper, I believe in holding men and women equally accountable. So if it's, something that's going on within our community, we're going to talk about it. Charleston White, he's back at it again. He says black men are creating the broken homes, but then wanting to blame the system and black women. Take a listen to what he has to say, and yeah, we'll go from here. You can let me know your thoughts. Here we go.
Is it the white man? Who's destroying the black family?
It's a collective.
I say the black man.
Ooh.
When mom and daddy meet, who's
Sizzle.
there to control the meeting? When daddy show up saying, I'm this kind of man,
I'll tell you what we're talking
and
about.
mama believe it, and daddy find out to be a lying motherfucker, what white man is involved in that? What system?
As black men, we are 100% our own problem. We got to stop blaming women. We got to stop blaming the system. We got to stop blaming the world for things.
Okay, so that was a clip of Charleston White talking about black men creating these broken homes, but then blaming the system and black women. What are your thoughts? Did he have any points? Was he valid? Somebody said all facts said here. And again, if you missed it, I'll run this back again so you can hear it. There's a couple more clips I do want to play from this, though, so we'll get to that. But
stick around, since y'all think they doing such a horrible
families. Is it systematic? Is it the white man? Who's destroying the black family?
It's a collective.
I say the black man.
Ooh.
When mom and daddy meet, who's there to control the meeting? When daddy show up saying, I'm this kind of man, and mama believe it, and daddy find out to be a lying motherfucker, what white man is involved in that? What system?
As black men.
So this goes back to, if you've been, keeping up with discussions with Dee Dee Parker, this goes back to what one of our guests said, Harlem Nights. She was on here yesterday. And she basically kind of said what he said. I'm going to replay this again. I'm sorry. I have to keep replaying it.
Is it systematic? Is it the white man?
Hold on. I want to go back. Hey, mama. We're chatting about, and again, I don't want to play the blame game, but I do, this show, I don't just point to one side and blame one side. I hold each of us. Text said, child, please. I try to hold each of us accountable, black men and black women. Because if nobody does, who's going to hold us accountable? It can't just be a one-sided thing. For me, I don't feel like it can be a one-sided thing. But here is the clip again.
Is it systematic? Is it the white man? Who's destroying the black family?
I'm with you,
It's a
Tizzle.
collective.
I say the black man.
Ooh.
When mom and daddy meet, who's there to control the meeting? When daddy show up saying, I'm this kind of man,
This is what
and
Tam was
mama
saying
believe
yesterday.
it, and daddy find out to be a lying motherfucker, what white man is involved in that? What system?
As black men.
Okay. So, Tech said, child, please. The only answer is it's a collective issue. Right. Because, FA and Clean, they'll get on here and say, women are the ones responsible, and that's their opinion, because they feel the woman has the ultimate decision on whether she wants to have or keep the baby or not, or get rid of the baby or not. So that's their point. But I want to play another video though. The FA did send me. I don't know who this lady is. I don't know what her name is. I'm sure it'll pop up, but and you guys may know her from the sound of her voice. But she talked about black women becoming single mothers at a disproportionate rate. So take a listen to what she had to say.
There are only 20 plus million black women in America. Okay? There's over 100 million white women in America. How is it that single black mothers in America is about 4.6 million? Single white mothers in America is about 6.2 million. There's 100 million of them, and there's 20 million of us. Dang. When you look at the numbers, right? When you look at the stats, you could ask ChatGPT, you could go look at statistics. All these women that most times are just trying to get love and end up with a baby. It's not okay. Mm-hmm. And it's not okay that there aren't mothers out here teaching women how to be responsible with their bodies. Look, I'm not saying you got to wait till marriage. I will never say that. I'm not saying you need to just...
Okay, we got the gist of what she was saying. Hold on, let me read some of these comments. New folks, welcome. Discussions with Dee Dee Parker. I don't want to say we're bouncing all over the place, because we're not. We're basically talking about something that Charleston White said about black men. Hold on, I'm trying to get to the clip. Black men creating these broken homes, but then on the other hand, complaining about the system and black women. I'll play the clip again. Tech said, when the good guy falls in love with a whore, who is there to control her? Tech said, sometimes Charleston be on point, but when he wrong, he be in left field collecting points with black women. Now, but no, Tech, because when he comes for the sisters, because he comes for the sisters too. I feel like he's kind of like me. And you're right. When he right, he right. When he wrong, he's wrong. He's in left field. But we do a lot of blaming of each other. You know what I'm saying? Finger pointing. And men preach, you guys preach, I want to be leaders, but blame us because of how things are going. Mom said it starts with black men because they are supposed to lead. See, I didn't even see your comment, Mama. That's what y'all want to be leaders. Does that means leading, right? And I'm just saying. So I'll play this clip again for the new folks. Again, welcome to Discussions with Dee Dee Parker. Take a listen.
Is it systematic? Is it the white man? Who's destroying the black family?
It's a collective.
I say the black man.
Ooh.
When mom and daddy meet, who's there to control the meeting? When daddy show up saying, I'm this kind of man. To be a lying motherfucker. What white man is involved in that?
Come on, got you.
What system?
As black men.
All right, I don't want to play him. I don't know who this is. No disrespect. Hold on, Rashad. You're spinning. I don't know why you're spinning. I might have to exit you out and let you back in. So let me go ahead and do that. Let me see. Are you still spinning? I got you over to Rashad. Try to plug back in.
You know, I'm chilling with my Papa Smurf hat.
What's going on? Hold on, let me
Peace.
patch you back in, Rashad. There we go. So we're talking about, and again, this is not a thing of blaming, because my show, I know people have their different Healing Hurt Ministries is advocating, for men and voice for men. I want to be the voice for both men and women, where we come to some common ground, because
I mean, to a certain extent, I kind of agree with Charleston, and I agree with the shorty. I think what it is, though, it takes a collective of both. If hurt people is going to hurt other people.
Yeah.
So if the man is hurt, then quite naturally, all he's going to create is a hurt family line. You know what I'm saying? He's going to want to run it. If the woman's hurt, and she's going to create a hurt family line. You dig what I'm saying? If a woman doesn't have a relationship with her mother, then quite naturally she's not going to have that strong relationship with her daughter, and vice versa. If a man most times don't have a relationship with their father and they've had an opportunity to heal, he's not going to have with his son. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So all you doing is keeping alive this perpetration of hurt.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? Like even for myself, like I give thanks, and it's such a blessing that I had my daughters before I had my son.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I had my son first, I think my relationship, I know my relationship with my son would be what my relationship with my father is. Because I haven't had the opportunity to grow and heal from that. But
What
because I have daughters, I
What was
had
the
to.
relationship with your father?
It's just always combative.
Okay, it wasn't a
You know
good.
what I'm saying? It wasn't good. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Always combative. And with me having daughters, it allowed me to one heal because I had to extend the aspect of different type of love to them because they were my girls.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? So then when I had my son, I seen like his first maybe 3 years, I seen how I was moving with him, and then it just clicked to me one day, and I was like, I can't do this with him. I have to think differently because now I got a son, and this is not. I don't want my son to go through the things that I went through growing up, or
Okay.
have the feelings in which it is that I had growing up. I want to be able to have this be a young, productive black man to be thankful to carry on my last name. Not only just my last name, he has my middle name, Jabon, which is
Yeah.
a powerful name in itself. So I want to be proud to carry that name. I want to be proud to be like, oh, that's my dad. You
Right.
know what I mean? So I had to change my perspective. And most brothers, they don't do. And then they go through it, and they go through with the baby moms, and the moms put the kids, or the dad put the kids and use them as pawns and
That
chess pieces. It's just a whole mess up situation all the way around.
that's why I said got you open ENT. I feel like we're each females, women, and men are equally responsible for this broken home situation.
We are. If you want to take it even further back, you got to think about it. Let's take it back to slavery time. A man is married to this woman, and he may be the strong black man, but what that white man going to do to you in front of her and all them other people? He going to buck you.
Yeah.
You
Right.
dig what I'm saying?
Right.
And then, or he going to take your wife and do whatever he want to do to his wife, or have company, and his friends be like, "Oh, I want so and so. Go get Sarah Lee." Well,
Yeah.
Sarah Lee may be married to John Paul, but they
Right.
come get Sarah Lee. John Paul ain't doing nothing.
Yeah.
He gonna let them come get his wife and let them abuse her. So
Yeah. Right.
as she has this child, she's telling her child, her daughter, "Yo, you can't depend on black men.
Right.
You can't depend on this man to save you, because he's not going to save you as long as that white man is the one who got the power."
Right. But see, then that goes back to what Charleston was saying about blaming the system. But hold on, Mama said it's a vicious cycle that black men and women don't get together and try to heal one another. Mama said, I agree. A lot of absentee fathers cause broken homes. All right, but I want to
Definitely.
a different perspective though. This comes from, we talked about him before. I never say his name right. It's Funky something. Divinay something. I'm never probably going to get it right. I'm so sorry, sir. But I do like your stuff that you do cover. But take a listen to his point.
What men should and should not do instead of taking full control and agency over your body. I am sorry. There is no world where I would be a woman and the decision for me to get pregnant, carry a baby, or be a baby mom rests in a man's hands. There is no world where I would be a woman and leave any chance of contraception or pregnancy as part of a 50-50 decision. There will never be a world where anything that goes on with my body is a 50-50 decision. But I would be remiss if I did not say, young ladies, these are the types of things when y'all give up agency to your body. I don't give a damn if you married. The choice to have children, in my personal opinion, never rests in the hands of the man. Ladies, y'all are the ones that have to carry. Y'all are the ones who have to push it out. And y'all are the ones who get stuck with it if the nigga leave. Why would y'all give him any say so in their choice. Why would y'all give a man agency over y'all body? Why? And again, there's some of y'all that love to die on this hill. It takes two to tango. Yeah, bitch, but it takes one to carry. It takes one to push out. It takes one to get stuck with it. It ain't right. Men get to shoot up the club, create babies all over the place, and it's of no consequence to their life. Y'all lives get turned upside down, and y'all get stuck with the babies. And in 2026, we still giving niggas agency over our body. That's just stupid. Any woman that's within
Over an hour, they should do.
Silly if you going 50-50 on a decision about what goes in your stomach. You just ain't smart. Married or not married, you just not smart. You are not a smart woman if you give a man an inkling of agency over your body. You're not smart. Okay. And y'all get mad at me.
Okay. Well.
Okay, so let's do the flip side of that. Play devil's advocate. So say you would a dude, and dude tells you, yo, I don't want to have no kids, I don't this, that, or the third, I don't want no more, whatever. But yet you get pregnant and you still decide to have that child. Is that man liable for that child now?
That's why he's saying women be smart.
No, I'm saying the woman decides that she wants to keep this child. You know, I tell you in a relationship, y'all don't want to have no children. But yet at the same time in that relationship, both parties, one, the man is not protecting himself. You're not what do you call them when they clip your joints off? You dig what I'm saying? And as a woman,
what is that? What you talking about? Vasectomy?
Yeah, vasectomy. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You don't have no vasectomy, then a woman, you're not making sure this man is using a condom and you're not on no birth control. So both of y'all are playing with fire, so to speak. Not ain't gonna fire, but y'all playing with life. So now you become pregnant. The man tells you, yo, I don't want to have this baby. But yet you still, because again, it's your body, you still decide to have this baby, regardless for whatever reason. But then now you're looking at this man because this you saying, yo, this is your child, you got to take care of it, whatever. But this man has told you 50 million times, I don't want no children.
Rashad saying, hell yeah, he is still liable for that child. That ninja knew how to have a baby.
Right. So that's, I mean, and that's what I'm saying. But then but these brothers feel like because they tell this woman that they not liable because they said, yo, oh nah, I don't want to have that baby, I don't want to have no children, but you're not doing what you're supposed to do. But yet at the same token, the woman is not making sure that she's protecting herself so she's not carrying this child.
But wait, so okay, because this is going back to what Charleston is saying about, yeah, Rashad, you took the words right out of my mouth. That's a cop out. And Mama said, if you don't want kids, wear protection. That's a cop out because you are equally knowing if we lay down and have sex, you equally know that there's a chance that if we don't wear protection or if I'm not on birth control, that there's a chance that I might end up pregnant. You could say all day you don't want kids, but if you're not taking the proper precautions not to have the kids, then whose fault is that?
It's both parties' fault.
Exactly. And you can't be mad at her because now you're over here saying, oh, well, I told you I didn't want kids, but if you didn't wear a condom, then, or y'all didn't do the proper protection, then how does that work? You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Mama says she agrees with you, Rashad. Here, F.A., you're going to love this one today because I kind of intertwined two things that you sent me into what we're talking about today. So, new folks, welcome to Discussions with D. Parker.
And I agree with you, Mom. Don't have sex. You know what I mean?
We're talking about Charleston White made a statement saying that Black men are creating broken homes but blaming the system and Black women. I'll play the first clip first, and then we'll go into the other one, and then I'll let you respond. But here we go.
100%.
Hey, what's up, brother?
Problem. We got to.
What's up, brother? What's my bro?
Hold on, let me get back to it because this is a guy.
Is it the white man? Who's destroying the Black family? It's the collective. I say the Black man. Ooh. When mom and daddy meet, who's there control the meeting? When daddy show
and
up,
this goes back to what Ted was saying to you yesterday.
And daddy found out to be a lying motherfucker. What white man is involved in that? What system?
As Black men.
Okay, so then I want to play a clip that you sent me of I don't know who this woman is, but she's talking about single moms and
There
the
are
black.
only 20 plus million black women in America. Okay? There's over 100 million white women in America. How is it that single black mothers in America is about 4.6 million? Single white mothers in America is about 6.2 million. There's 100 million of them, and there's 20 million of us. Dang. When you look at the numbers, right? When you look at the stats, you could ask ChatGPT, you could go look at statistics. All these women that most times are just trying to get love and end up with a baby. It's not okay. And it's not okay that there aren't mothers out here teaching women how to be responsible with their bodies. Look, I'm not saying you got to wait till marriage. I will never say that. I'm not saying you need to just be abstinent your whole entire life. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is be responsible, and pregnancy is up to the woman. And we have.
So I want to go back to one more clip that I just played from, I can't say his name, but anyway, take a listen.
Sometimes because some of y'all women, whether die on this hill about what men should and should not do, instead of taking full control and agency over your body. I am sorry. No world where I would be a woman and the decision for me to get pregnant, carry a baby, or be a baby mom rests in a man's hands. There is no where I would be a woman and leave any chance of contraception or pregnancy as part of a 50-50 decision. There will never be a world where anything that goes on with my body is a 50-50 decision. But I would be remiss if I did not say, young ladies, these are the types of things when y'all give up agency to your body. I don't give a damn if you married. The choice to have children, in my personal opinion, never rests in the hands of the man. Ladies, y'all are the ones that have to carry. Y'all are the ones who have to push it out. And y'all are the ones who get stuck with it if the nigga leave. Why would y'all give him any say so in that choice? Why would y'all give a man agency over y'all body? Why? And again, it's some of y'all that love to die on this hill. It takes two to tango. Yeah, bitch, but it takes it take one to push out. It take one to get stuck with it. It ain't right. Men get to shoot up the club, create babies all over the place, and it's of no consequence to their life. Y'all lives get turned upside down, and y'all get stuck with the babies. And in 2026, we still giving niggas agency over our body. That's just stupid. Any woman that's within earshot of my voice, you a damn fool and a silly hoe if you going 50-50 on a decision about what grows in your stomach. You just ain't smart. Married.
Okay. New folks, sorry, welcome. Discussions with Dee Parker. We are chatting about Charleston White. Well, we kind of listened to 3 different videos, but the main topic is he's talking and addressing black men creating these broken homes, but then blaming the system and black women. So I played you 2 different clips on 2 other different clips on I don't know this lady's name. Do you remember her name, Fa?
Oh yeah, I can't remember her name, but she popular on the internet.
Okay, and she talked about black women in proportion to white women, and yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
But you,
And we talked. Then we played the clip from Funky Divine. I think that's how you say his name, and he discussed, a woman's body, and it being basically, he said he wouldn't allow none of you men to have no domain. He was a woman. No
right?
50 choice. It's my decision. But that kind of goes against what you've been saying, though, Fa. And hold that thought for 1 second. Let me read these comments. Mama said, then don't have sex. She said married men do it all the time. Have a side chick. She gets pregnant knowing he's married and don't protect himself from making a baby. And Mama said, because the black men are with white women. I'm just saying. Rashad said the biggest issue that we won't address is that too many women would rather be desired than respected. And
Yeah,
that's real. All right, welcome to the chat, Fa. Got you open ENT. What are your thoughts?
trash. I mean, trash. Our women just, oh my god, that statistic with it's 100 million white women, only 6 million is baby mamas, and then there's only 20. That means that's 6%. I want you to know that. And then when you got 4.5 million black women that are baby mothers, and it's only 20 million total. That's about 2% would have been 10. So that would be like 10%.
I don't know.
I mean,
No,
just know this.
10,
It's
15%.
that's out of that, which
yeah,
is
yeah,
insane though. Which
yeah.
is insane, and it's one of them things where this is why I always say I hate baby mother culture. I think it destroyed our community, and because baby mother culture comes before the bad decision of getting pregnant by a no good nigga. This is why I disagree
But
with.
did you hear what Charles said in the
Yeah,
video?
that's why I say I disagree with him. I disagree with him because I'm not disagreeing that there ain't no good dudes out here. I'm not saying that there ain't liars out here, right?
Back to what Tam was telling you yesterday, that these men put on a mask
No,
and
no, right. And I'm not denying that. I
okay,
know you're a victim. We get it. We call you
no,
green. You sweet. No, you
I,
are. That's what. If you can get played, that means you sweet.
but you could,
We call you a lick. We call you a lick. You
but you've been
you
playing before though, right? Everybody's been.
no, I ain't never been played before. I mean, I'm being honest. I never been played for. But even if I did get played before, that wouldn't change the point that I'm trying to make. You're giving me excuses on why you're a victim, right?
No,
What I'm
I,
saying is,
I
no,
that I
I'm
was.
talking about that person that
No,
got played.
no, but what I'm saying is that people will wear a mask. They will.
Oh no, I'm not denying that. I'm past that. What I'm saying is, I'm not denying that people can lie and deceive you, right?
Okay,
But there are preventative measures that avoids what you call lasting consequences from that deception, right? See, what you want to do is you want to keep making excuses for being a baby mama. So if you were lie, if I just told you I got the solution. If you marry before you carry, then it would eliminate you being deceived because most of these men are not proposing to you,
but then you get
right?
married, still have the mask up, and
No, baby, that's what I'm trying to tell you. You hoes, ain't nobody asking these women to be married. You acting like none of these women are even being asked to be married. A lot of these women that are baby mothers become baby mothers. They was never asked to be married before they got pregnant, and they wasn't asked to be married after they got pregnant. So it's not you jump into the conclusion. I'm saying these men don't even like you for real. They don't desire marriage for real. They only want your body. So if you stop having children and wait till you get married, it'll eliminate a lot of the deceiving niggas, the niggas that want to play games and so on and so forth.
I
But if you
because even I hear what you're saying. Listen,
I'm trying to figure out. Okay,
I
go
hear
ahead.
what you're saying. You act like because somebody you marry somebody, they can't wear a mask either. Like
I
they,
don't care about the mask. The conversation is about, I'm not, listen, we got to get out of our head. Everything is about the likelihood of something. This is not a conversation about something being prevented at 100%
but
success rate.
you missed what Charleston said.
What did
These
he say?
men lie, they deceive. Even
No, right. They lie, but they're not asking to marry you, mom. They lie in the pursuit of trying to get in your pants. They don't lie to marry you. There are not niggas out here lying to women so they can convince them to marry them. That's not what's going on.
I got
Okay,
you.
we gotta stop acting like that's not what's going on. Niggas is lying to get in your pants, and that's it. Because all they view you as somebody that lay on your back. Because all you do is run your mouth, talk back. You can't cook, you can't clean. Anytime a nigga try to tell you something, he trying to control you. You're combative. You this, you that. There's a lot of reasons why they don't see you more than just somebody to hump on. And I'm not surprised because a lot of women are baby mothers. I mean, I don't take that as
So
like a coincidence.
Efe,
So
let me
where do you think that came from, and how did that start initially? Like that thought process, I would say.
I don't. Well, the feminist movement. I think that's when it started. I think when the feminists, when white women were not happy with the conditions that white men were treating their women with, and they started to fight and fight back towards their men. They included black women in the sense of that we're all women, and which we wasn't having an issue in our community, but then our women started to prioritize being a
got with
woman
the
more
Y2
than being black.
happen. We got with the
Say that
Y2
again?
help them get their voting rights.
And they turned their back right on you. You see what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
So it wouldn't even let the lady speak at the joint. So that's why I think it started. And now women are they're pro women than they are pro black. You know what I'm saying? Like they're pro women. They care more about womanhood than they care about their own culture and their own family. Listen, it says a lot about a woman that can continuously become a baby mother. You know what I mean? Like you
Hold on,
continuously have children with different men
hold
without a
on.
ring.
Got comments and we got some new folks. Welcome to
Okay,
Discussions
go
I
ahead.
with
mean,
Hold on.
I like
Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. We got some new folks. Welcome to Discussions with Dee Parker. We're talking Charleston White. Well, we're talking a couple of different things because I played a couple of different videos, but I'm not going to
Right.
first. I'll play one of the videos first, and then we'll do the other videos in a second. But Charleston White said black men are creating the broken homes, but then blaming the system and black women. So take a listen to what he had to
these
say.
families. Is it systematic? Is it the white man? Who's the the black family?
The collective.
I say the
I
black
said
man.
collective.
When mom and daddy meet, who's there to control the meeting? When daddy show up saying, I'm this kind of man, and mama believe,
See?
and daddy found out to be a lying motherfucker, what white
Right.
man, what system?
As black.
That's
What I'm saying. Rashad said, I think he was saying something to what you were saying. He said 20%.
yeah, you're
Uh,
talking about the percentage.
yeah,
okay.
20%, which is insane.
Yeah.
Rashad said, the voice of DFW said, it's not insane, bro. Have to consider conditions of life and what is pushed to us.
No,
Uh,
I don't.
Superpass said facts. Mama said, FA seems you are a victim because you are so obsessed with black women having babies because you got caught up. You are a
I'm
surrogate
not a victim though.
daddy. Rashad said, laughing my ass off. Superpass said, exactly. Not lying to marry you. An actual follow through with it. Uh,
Right.
Mama said, baby mamas come from black and not wanting to be fathers. Stop it. Um, Mama said, men are kids. A lot of different women. They are no better. Men have kids. But
You
they are
know,
no.
it's such a sickness in our
So
community that they are fighting to be baby mothers. Instead of like they over there arguing why it's okay to be a baby mama, opposed to recognizing that it but the problem is in our community, our women don't think being a baby mother is a bad thing. I see that
I
that's
mean, what
why
I
that's
like,
why they think that.
I
I've
don't.
talked to women, right, that have good money. You know what I'm saying? Work in and out the industry, whatever the case may be, but they do their own thing. And a lot of them say, what do I need a man for? I do this, I do that. So if I want a
Right,
child, I just need you to put one in me, or I'll go get
right,
artificially inseminated and I'm gonna have my own child.
right.
If this man don't have this and he ain't got that, then why would I be with him? Opposed to saying, yo, this man is
Exactly.
working hard, even though I may make more than him, but if we put our resources together, we can have even more. You understand what I'm saying?
I spoke on that yesterday. You know, I told our women are for sale, meaning like they only see value in our men based on how much money he can provide. Anything outside of that, they say he's
That's
worthless.
what your title is a
Say it
provider.
again? No, I keep
But
telling you, Ma. I want you to get this, Didi. Money and provider is not the definition of provider is not
You're
only
supposed to
money.
provide safety,
Okay, then.
secure,
So why you only talking about? And you're
a,
not supposed to just provide money either. And
a
and
roof,
that's and it's not a
a
certain amount.
roof over my head. Does that not provide
No,
money?
no. I'm not supposed to provide a roof over your head. Are you crazy?
If we're married, yes, you are.
No, I'm not. Who told you that? I keep
Is that
okay. Listen,
is
was our
that not
ancestors? So our ancestors couldn't provide. Hold on. When we were broke and we didn't have no money, our ancestors couldn't provide. Our great granddaddies couldn't provide
they
for
built
their whole family. Hold on. By
it?
this, listen, by themselves. Were they not providers? When we were slaves, was the husbands not providers?
Yeah, they would go out and pick cotton along
No,
with
no.
the
They
men.
didn't have no money. They couldn't provide anything. They
Playbook,
couldn't. Hold on. They couldn't protect their women from being raped, right? Or their children. They couldn't do all these things. Are they not providers?
I wouldn't say they wasn't. I didn't never say
but
they.
but uh, but see, we spoke about
That's the
that
point
earlier
I'm
too.
trying to
But
make,
but on the
though.
flip
We're
side of
not.
that though, because you've seen your child or your woman being raped as a black
Right.
man, how you think that woman's looking at you as a man? And what you
Who?
think she's
That.
telling her daughter as
That
time
goes
progresses
No,
back
no,
to
no,
on?
no.
the
Our women wasn't messed up
like
back then like they are now. Like that woman wasn't. Them women weren't messed up like that. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying there wasn't certain levels of resentment that a woman, meaning just being a human, may have felt when she first witnessed it. But when you ain't, well, listen, they don't have, they're not dumb. They're not living in a reality. The reality that they were living in was slavery. So they don't have an expectation that this man can protect them up to a certain degree. They don't even have that as an expectation. They already immersed in slavery. So they don't walk around like, why didn't he stop it? That's not what they thinking. They've been witnessing slavery for generations. So we gotta put things in context, right? I need y'all to think on a higher level and not just assume, yeah, why didn't he stop? Because they've been being enslaved for 100 years already. And his great granddaddy got raped and his granddaddy got raped and his grandmother. So this is not new. This is not a new concept. They're not over there saying, oh, why didn't the women are not over there saying, why you didn't protect me? That's not what this, now the men probably
Okay.
felt horrible.
God said we are not still in those slave conditions, bro. We're not.
What that got to
Um,
do, I know, stay focused. We trying to make a point.
hold on. Mama says, so why men lay down with women make babies?
We
Recite,
always do the same
recite,
simple. It's
provide a roof over the head of his wife. Okay, so what is a provider then? Y'all break it down for
that
me.
again, right? And that's what I'm trying to get. And I
What?
get it because it's the typical answer. I know I'm probably need to be a little bit more patient, but the provider role is not simply money, okay? And I
No
keep
one
giving you examples of when black
said
men didn't
no,
have
though.
money,
No one said.
huh?
I just gave you. I said, what did I say?
So why do you keep saying? Why you keep holler? Why do you keep saying provider? He's not. You keep. Listen. This is what you do. You saying two things. Anytime you bring up provider, it's always in context of money. And then when I challenge this idea, then you bring up other areas, but then you never.
Let's let's
But you
rewind.
don't eliminate
Hey, let's rewind the tape. What did I lead with? Because I knew you was going.
money,
What did I lead
money,
with? No.
money.
I
Oh, you
said
said protection
I I said
or
security,
security? Yeah, security. What's protection?
safe, right?
Yeah,
Se-
yeah.
what is it? Safety, protection, all of that shit,
Right.
right?
Okay. So what
Emotion.
I just asked you is, if a man can't provide a house over you, if a man cannot pay for a roof over your house, is he not a provider?
If he's helping with these bills, he's a provider. Yeah, I have to.
Okay, then. So when you say he's supposed to put a house
But
over my head,
no, because if my man didn't have a job right now, he would still be the provider because he's still providing other
and
things.
what are we? Okay,
Far
okay,
as,
then we agree.
such as far as safety, security, protection.
Okay, exactly. So that's the point I was trying to make. It's not limited to just money, and so he's still a provider, even if he can't buy, if he can't match your money, and if he can't put a roof over your head, he's still a
That's not.
provider.
And I said security is the definition of a provider. That's not only what comes
No,
with a.
security. No. Provider security can be providing what you call um uh ease at ease. Like providing security is to making somebody feel at ease. You know what I mean? You can get providing reassurance can give a person feel secure. Security also is feeling secure. How about that?
Yes, I
Right,
got.
right. Not
Uh,
just the protection part.
hold on. Security. Super Pass said facts, Didi. 1985 said it's not equality if one sex requires provision from the other. Oh, be quiet, FA. I mean, not FA. 1985 slash clean clean. Because you want your woman to clean, cook, and bend over. So, hi, those your you can get the benefits of equality and none of the hardships. You can't get the benefits of equality and none of the hardships. Okay.
That's right.
Um, Mama said you can call everyone's simple, like everything you say is great. Men who talk and never listen will always talk to themselves.
Okay, fair. Sounds good. But the point is, and when and I don't want to make this conversation about me and her. The point that I want to say is, you can defend baby mamahood. Go ahead, have at it. Become a baby mama again. It's a moral conflict, and I see that our women don't have any morals. Our men, not saying our men don't either, but when it pertaining to the topic that we're talking about being a baby mother,
No,
when your
that's
mama was
not the topic. The topic
no, it
is
was about. I thought you were talking about being a baby mama.
But it's part of the topic. Go ahead. I got you. It's part of the topic. Keep going. I'm
Right.
sorry.
I'm just summing it up by saying the issue is they don't see nothing wrong with it. And I do. I think baby mothers becoming a baby mother is disgusting. And I think it's low
But
level. I
where
think it's low class.
gotta go to the source, FA. Baby
And
mom,
again.
where is it coming from?
And
Because
I'm
we
All
telling you,
right,
this
all
is
right.
the
So,
source. Let me just say this and I'm done, I promise.
okay.
I disagree with
Charles.
Charleston White
Mm-hmm.
because I believe, I'm not saying what he just said never happens, but I'm saying that it's not happening enough where now it's a significant percentage of how a lot of women are becoming baby mothers.
It
I
is.
think a lot of baby mothers,
She gave you
what?
the video.
Mom, listen to what I just said. I didn't say it doesn't happen at all. I said it's not happening on a significant level where I believe the majority of baby mothers out here are baby mothers because a nigga lied to them about wanting to be with them and love them and all this shit. That's not true. Most of these women are not getting lied to. Most of these women are viewed as just for sex. And they need to accept that reality. Most of these women are only looked at for sex. And we gotta stop acting like that don't exist. Most of these women are not desired in a relationship capacity from a lot of these men, right? I disagree with him ultimately because my personal belief is I don't believe a man can make you a baby mother. When you get pregnant, you have the choice to abort or have the child. So when you have that choice, you can't never be forced to become a mother. You can always go get an abortion. Now, if you choose not to get an abortion, that was your
right.
choice.
But what if
You know
you
what
can't?
I'm
What if you
saying?
can't? And what if she can't?
These can then those are those exceptions, right? But I'm more or less talking about the rule, right? The majority of women can get an abortion, so we don't need to talk about the very few cases,
All
right?
right.
Right?
So
Right?
what about those that men? All right. I'm in this relationship with this woman. I want to be with this woman. My plan is to be with this woman, but things happen that now we're no
Right.
longer together. But through this relationship, we spawned a child. So
You
now,
shouldn't have spawned a child.
I mean,
It's
but it
simple. You
happens
shouldn't.
though.
I
But
know,
it
and it needs to
happens.
stop. It needs to stop happening. That's the point I'm making. It needs to stop happening. You keep jumping to the end. Oh well, I can't help myself. I got her pregnant. No, you can. Do the preventative measures to prevent these things from happening. Stop having fucking babies out of wedlock. This is not something that's impossible not to do. White people do it. Why can't you? Why can't we? They do it. They only got 6 million out of 100 million of them. None of them are baby mamas, but all of ours are. But y'all want to keep making excuses like there's nothing we can do. There's nothing we can do. We can't help ourselves. We have to have babies out of wedlock. Like, come on, what are we talking about?
Let me run back the video real quick. I'm gonna run back
Mhm.
all the videos real quick so everybody knows and we're all on the same page. All right, we're chatting about a few different things today. Welcome to Discussions with Dee Parker. First, I'm going to play this clip of Charleston White talking about black men creating the broken home, but blaming the system and black women. And I want to know your thoughts. Does he have a point with this? FA said he does not agree, but I'll let you hear it. He does.
Mhm.
He
Is
went
it
over what Tam
systematic?
said
Is it the
yesterday.
white man? Who's destroying the black family?
It's a collective.
I say the black man.
Ooh.
When mom and daddy meet,
Uh-huh.
who's there to control the meeting? When daddy show up saying, I'm this kind of man, and mama believe it, and daddy found out to be a lying motherfucker, what white man is involved in that? What system?
As black
All
men.
right, and so that kind of touched on what Harlem Nights, she was on here saying yesterday about these men. They come in one way and then
Yeah,
leave another.
but she got three chances that day. I'm not saying that couldn't happen once. I'm not saying that a woman that's a baby mama, right, couldn't have got tricked by this guy one time, right? I'm not saying that doesn't happen. She would be a victim and he would be wrong for that. What I'm saying is you keep repeating this, saying this keeps happening to you over and over again. You done did this three times and said it was always the men's fault. Then I'm gonna say no, it's something wrong with you. Right. It's definitely something wrong with you. It shows a lack of accountability that you can continuously get yourself in this situation over and over again and then play victim. I am a
I
man.
I see
Yeah.
what you're saying now. I see what you're saying.
You think,
I see what you're saying. You're saying like, okay, one time, shame on them, but
yes, I said that yesterday. Shame on them.
Okay,
One
I
second
understand what
time,
you're saying.
shame on you. How do you keep having babies and not being married? You know why? Because you don't value marriage. And I'm not necessarily talking about her. I'm talking about women that continuously have babies and become a baby mama over and over again and want to keep saying, oh, well, he lied to me. Who cares that he lied to you? It doesn't matter. Your requirement should have been, I'm not having another baby until I get married. That avoids, it doesn't matter what he says now because I will be
Right.
waiting for a ring.
Right. Okay, I get what you're saying now, FA. You're like, okay, it's not your fault if you do it and he
If
fools
you
you the
got
first
tricked the
time.
first time, yeah.
Right. But you're saying if you have another 2, 3, 4, 5 more babies with this man, he
You're
could.
not, no, not just him, anybody.
Okay.
Even the next man.
But you saying the next.
Even the next man, and this is where the only time that I may go against probably what a lot of men would rather. But I
Okay.
do believe this. If a woman has been if you're a baby mama, I would say your requirement to have another kid should be marriage, period. I don't care that men say, oh, well, you gave the last nigga a baby without marriage, why you can't give me one? That's why I said a lot of men probably would say that, even though I don't agree with that. If I'm
Okay.
giving the position to the woman, I'm saying, yeah, I made a mistake. I'm not shouldn't have did that in the first place, and I'm damn sure that I'm gonna make that mistake again. But we got it. But the problem is, our women don't have a problem with being a baby mother, so it's not a bad thing to them. You see what I'm
No,
saying?
I
That's why they
do.
could keep doing it.
I did. I thought you were just placing like if they made the mistake the first time, but I understand now exactly what you're saying. I got it, and that's isn't that life though? Like
What?
do it once, shame on them, but you do it, you go
Absolutely.
back. You know what I'm saying? If I rob the
Yeah.
store one time, well, if I go in with my friends knowing that they're gonna rob the store and didn't know the first time, then shame on me. But
But
if
you
I
shouldn't
go
be
into
going to the store with them no more.
right,
You
that's
shouldn't
it.
be going to the store with them no more.
All right, I want to play this other clip. It's coming from it's Giving podcast, and she's talking about how over 4 million there are 4 million single black mothers.
There are 4 million baby mamas, meaning like unmarried
She
women that
says,
had a
America.
baby.
Okay? There's over 100 million white women in America.
Mm,
How is it that single black mothers in America is about 4.6 million?
mm,
Single white mothers in America is about 6.2 million. There's
mm.
100 million of them, and there's 20 million of us.
Sad.
Dang.
Sad.
When you look at the numbers, right? When
Mm,
you look at the stats, you could ask ChatGPT, you could go look at statistics. All these women that most times are just trying to get love and end up with a baby. It's
yeah.
not okay. And it's not okay that there aren't mothers out here teaching women how to be responsible with their bodies. Look, I'm not saying
Thank
you got to
you.
wait till marriage. I will never say that. I'm not
Because the
saying
women don't.
you need to just be abstinent your whole entire life. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is be responsible, and pregnancy is up to the woman. And we have to
Mm,
stop pretending like your white value won't go
thank
down
you.
when you do have multiple children by multiple men. End of
100%.
story.
End the story.
End of story. And this is why I'm
See,
saying people try to say I don't like.
okay, because she's very
and
wrong.
everybody and all the women gonna be against her because she's not appealing to the she's not reinforcing her bad behavior women's bad behavior with excuses. Because
No,
only she's not going to reinforce. She's holding you accountable and she's telling you don't do it again. This is why the most women are not going to like her because women only like when people reinforce how they feel. No, don't tell me I did something wrong. Tell me that I was the victim and no, he did that and I had no choice because I don't have a working brain. I don't have the ability to make decisions once I can't do it. I'm a woman, right? You know, I'm helpless. You see what
yeah,
this is what I hear. No, I can't control who I sleep with. I can't control who I get pregnant by. How can I do that? But
you're victim.
that would mean that I was actually a human with a functioning brain.
I mean,
You know what I'm
everybody
saying?
has control. I mean, I'm just saying. Mama said, newsflash: being married, you still become a single parent.
Oh my God. Oh
Uh,
my God.
Super Pad said, control your fertility. The only
Thank you.
deterrent to men is child support to make us be responsible. And Mama said, white men will marry the woman if she gets pregnant. Baby Rock, welcome to Discussions with Didi Parker. I'm gonna play
Some
this
cases.
last clip to.
And black men used to too. They used to. Remember, it was pressure
Well,
in
why they
prior to
don't
the
do it no more,
1960s.
FA?
Well, because I'm gonna tell you why. It's a multitude of reasons why, but just put it like this: when black family was 80% of prior to 1960, 80% of children were born to in a married household, right? For
Yeah.
the black community, so the morals of the black community was still intact to the point where even the fathers would tell their sons, "You have to you have to marry this woman." You know
Yeah.
what I mean? That you and guess what? The parents of the woman would tell their daughter, "You have to marry him, whether you like him or not,"
That
because
was the
they value,
respectable thing to do. That was
but they also seen value in family. They did, and they seen that it was despicable to be a baby mama. It was
they
not
said you
cool to
they
be
said
a
you gotta
baby
make her an
mama.
honest woman. You gotta
You
go make her
gotta
an
make her an honest
honest
woman,
woman.
right? These
Yeah.
things, and then something happened. The revelation of woman, y'all wanted to become men. There's a lot of different things, but some of the notable things is we can do whatever men can do. We can do it just as good. If we want to sleep around and not have any commitment, we can do that. And matter of fact, I don't even need a man to have a baby. How about that? I don't even need no man to have no baby. You see what I'm saying? I can just have my baby and take. It was a lot, and I'm not. It's not 100% the women's fault because it's. I told you ultimately there's a lot of things that how we contributed to. There are no good niggas. I'm talking about these repeat offending women, not
Okay.
just and the women that no, and the women that are not talking against being a baby mother. See, if you was a good woman, you would be saying, yes, us as women, we need to stop being baby mothers. We need to value ourselves enough to require marriage before we have children. That would be a good woman.
But
But to me, all I hear is these women making excuses on well, it took two to tango and all this other dumb shit. How
well,
about you be a mature adult and say, hey, daughters, forget these men. Forget these men. They lie, they steal, they cheat, whatever. Whatever you think of them, right? Forget them. How about you start saying, love yourself enough to demand marriage before you have a baby? How
well,
about we just say that?
I mean, I,
Like,
I,
how are we arguing that?
I
You see what
can't,
I'm saying?
I can't argue that point because that should be for those that want it, though. Because fa, there's some women out here now that don't
I know
desire
they're
marriage.
disgusting. No, you're right, but you're disgusting. The marriage, children should be exclusive to marriage. Under no other circumstances, unless you're adopting children, children should be exclusive to marriage. So you're a disgusting woman if you are just okay with raising a child by yourself without a man. To me,
Okay.
I disagree with that, and vice versa. Even if, but men
Um,
can't do it because we can't have babies.
New folks, welcome to Discussions with Dee Dee Parker. We've been chatting about baby mamas, black men creating the broken homes, but then blaming the system, and black women. See, and FA, that's my thing about it. Because as much as I'm holding my women to the fire. I gotta hold men accountable too, though, because
100%.
for leaving, and I know you're gonna say it takes two. Your sperm does make is the one that produces the baby, and yes, we do carry the baby to term. But I mean,
Where's the but? I don't understand. Where's the but?
what do you mean? As far I'm saying, but
Yes, I create. Yeah, it takes two to create the baby, but it doesn't take two to determine if a baby will be born. So I'm past the two part. We've already passed that the
but
baby was
do
created
you
by two people.
do you believe in abortion though, as a Christian?
I Do I believe in it? My religion teaches that is wrong, and so ultimately I shouldn't. But I'm not saying that I'm always there yet either. You know what I mean?
So
Because I struggle.
you're not opposed to abortion.
No, I'm not opposed to abortion.
So if the woman decided that she no longer wanted to terminate, that would be fine with you.
The when
If a
she's not your
woman,
wife,
yes,
yeah, yeah,
that
just
would,
a girl.
yeah,
Yes, 100%. I think women should be selfish in that matter. That's the area where I agree with the gay guy, where he was
okay.
like, "Oh
I
no,
want to
this is
lay that,
100% the woman's decision." But this
and
is the reason why I give 100% her to blame. You see what I'm saying? Because
no,
it's 100%.
he didn't say 100%. He gave
She
he
said,
gave
why are you giving a 50-50 agency over a man, over your own body? It
okay.
should be your
He did say
decision
that.
100%.
He did say that. Mama said what women say that, and when I grew up, getting pregnant was shameful or a
Yeah, I
shame.
agree. Yeah,
Mama said one girl got pregnant and it was the talk of the town.
good.
She
Yeah,
would
it should be.
she would not say that she would not say that to the boys as well. She would not
Yeah.
say that to the boys as well. Hey, P.
Yeah.
Kemba. Hey, T. We're talking about Charleston White and a little bit of baby mama culture. I'm gonna play this video from Funky D. That's what I'm gonna call him. Talking about women having domain over their bodies, and how we should not
100%.
give these men domain over our bodies. But take a
You're
listen.
not married. You just not smart. You are not a smart woman if you
You're
give a
not.
man an inkling of agency over your body. You're not smart.
And pertaining to
Y'all get
pregnancies.
mad at me sometimes because some of y'all women, whether die on this hill about what men should and should not do, instead of
Mm-hmm.
taking full control and agency over your body. I am sorry. There is no world where I would be a woman and the decision for me to get pregnant, carry a baby, or be a baby mom rest in a man's hands. There is
Yeah.
no world where I would be a woman and leave any chance of contraception or
Yeah.
pregnancy as part of a 50-50 decision. There
That's right.
will never be a world where anything that goes on with my body is a 50-50 decision. But I would
That's
be
right.
remiss if I did not say, young ladies, these are the types of things when y'all give up agency to your body. I don't give a damn if you married. The choice to have children, in my personal opinion, never rests in the hands of the man. Ladies, y'all are the ones that have to carry. Y'all are the ones who have to push it out. And y'all are the ones who get stuck with it if the nigga leave. Why would y'all give him any say so in that choice? Why would y'all give a man agency over your body? Why? And again, it's some of y'all that love to die on this hill. It takes two to tango. Yeah, bitch, but it take one to carry. It
There
take
you
one
go.
to push out. It take one to get stuck with it. It ain't right. Men get to shoot up the club, create babies all over the place, and it's of no consequence to their life. Y'all lives get turned upside
That's not
down,
true.
and y'all get stuck with the babies. And in 2026, we still giving niggas agency over our body. That's just stupid.
I mean, I agree with him.
I agree with the core of what he's saying. The part I disagree with the whole "if you even married" thing. That gets a little different. But what the core of what he's saying is what I've always been saying. You
Yeah.
should you have complete control when you want to have a baby or not. Just like men have complete control on who gets married, right? Because a man has to ask you. See what I'm saying? And a woman has complete control on
But
if a
what if that
baby is
woman
born or not.
FA decides she don't want the baby, but he wants the baby? How's that
That's the
gonna work?
point I'm trying to make. She's gonna get an abortion. See, that's the
Right.
point of this is how I know. This is how I know it's 100% her decision. It doesn't matter what the nigga wants. It only matters what the woman wants. Now she can give you she can give you what you call words consideration to act like she's let me hear what you got to say. But it doesn't. None of it really matters because it ultimately is going to boil down to what she wants to do, right? Because she has 100% right autonomy over what direction she decides to go.
Okay. No,
Period.
but there are some men that would disagree with this because they feel like, hey, if I want this kid and she don't want it, she needs to have this
And
baby
when right,
and
but
give it to me.
okay, if he disagree, what can he do? Who gives a shit that he disagree? What can he physically do?
Nothing can. I mean,
No, so it doesn't matter that he disagrees
can you
because
take
she
can you take a woman to court and have her?
no, no,
No.
no, no, you can't. It's nothing you can do. If a woman doesn't want to have a baby, it's nothing a man can do. It doesn't matter how bad he wants it. He has no
And
say.
and you are saying that women need to explore this option more often, utilize their
Yeah,
right.
I think women need to do things to prevent themselves from becoming pregnant in the first place. That's the first thing they need to be doing. I think abortion is the last result. But I'm saying, like, I want you to get on birth control. I want to get you into things. I'm not even, you know how the girl said, I'm not telling you to hold yourself until marriage.
Yeah.
I'm not, I'm going to go one step further. I'm not even saying don't have unprotected sex. What I'm saying is,
Don't
if
have
you're in
a.
a relationship, I'm not even saying don't do that. What I'm saying is they have contraceptives that prevent you from being pregnant, even if you have unprotected sex. I'm imploring women.
Oh, you mean
Listen,
like Plan B and stuff like that?
no, I'm talking about pills, the
Oh, birth control.
birth control, contraceptives. Yeah,
Yes.
I'm saying get on these things and prevent yourself from being pregnant. That way, you won't even find yourself in these situations, right? Where you got to make a decision, and a man doesn't, and a man lies to you and says he's going to be here, but he doesn't be here, or what the fuck ever. You know, whatever what the outcome is. What I'm saying is, stop getting pregnant. Stop getting pregnant. How
But
about
you know,
that?
eventually, I'm not sure. There's a male birth control too, so there will
We
be
ain't
no.
there yet, so we're not there yet. So let's focus on what we
There
got.
will be no excuses. Mama said
Yeah,
we were on birth control at 15 growing up.
yeah,
Super Pat said, I agree in this environment. Women have to think like that. And he
yep.
said, facts, FA. Women use all sorts of excuses for not using birth control. They don't
Shit,
want to
yeah.
get fat.
Yeah, they
I
just
hear
make up shit. If they just complain, they just listen. I don't know. That's why they need to be told what to do.
what
Because
women are
when
y'all
you,
dealing with that don't like using condoms? Because I know I see 1985 Clean Clean said that these women don't even like using
oh, a
condoms.
lot of
What
women don't
women are
like
y'all
using
dealing with?
condoms. How do you
What?
think? Let me ask you this: how do you think all these babies are born?
I mean, I get that. I
I
get
mean,
that.
what are you talking about? Yeah, listen. Let me. You need to get it out of your head. These lies that women have told you. Let me tell you the truth about women. Let me give you a little
Yep.
secret. Let me give you a
Ah!
secret. They like unprotected sex just as much as men do. I know they lie to you and tell you things differently, but they desire it just as much as men do. I would actually be confident in this idea that women are actually more sexual than men. They actually desire sex more than men.
That's what Clean
More
Clean
than men.
said. That's what Clean Clean
More
said.
than men.
He said these women are horny and don't like to use protection.
They don't. And I'm not saying that necessarily
Okay,
as a
but you
negative thing.
okay, and I'm not trying to put this on you because I wanted this to be a tit for tat thing.
Yeah,
But
yeah, sure.
you as the man, should you not as the leader say, no, we're not doing that?
I'm not the leader. Oh, I'm
You
just fucking
are
this
the
girl. I'm not the leader of this girl. What are you talking about?
men
I'm
are
not
leaders,
the
right?
yeah, to the people that they lead. You're a piece of meat. Listen, you women, listen, let me tell you this. Let me give you the harsh reality. The women that don't carry themselves with respect, we don't also respect you either. And we view you like a piece of
Then
meat.
why
That's
would you
it.
sleep with them without a condom
Because
if you don't respect them? That makes no sense.
because men enjoy sex.
Okay, I get that part, but
So that's why they do it. You don't
if
have to
you
respect
don't
what
respect them,
men
then
don't
why would you?
require, or why would they do it unprotectedly?
Yes, that's my
Because
part.
men enjoy unprotected sex. You keep inflating two things that don't go together. You're trying to sense a lot. Well, why would you have unprotected sex with a girl that you don't respect? Because you don't have to. Having sex with a girl unprotected doesn't require respect. I don't know why you think that requires respect. I don't have to respect you. How many times a nigga hit a girl and say, all right, and you think
I
niggas,
would
hold
think
on,
you would have
let
more
me ask you this,
respect
do
for
you
your
respect
eggplant.
prostitutes?
I would think you would have more respect for your eggplant not to hit somebody that you don't
Well,
respect
listen, well,
out
listen,
here like that.
well,
Uh,
listen, if you walk away without no diseases, then you good.
oh my gosh, that's playing Russian
No,
roulette. Oh my
I agree, and
god,
I'm not saying it's something they should do. I'm just saying this is what happens, and a lot of times it works out where they work out fine. Sometimes they don't. It's just you know what I'm saying. But that's a risk they be willing to take.
you're playing
On
Russian.
top and look, and on top of the fact that there's some truth to what the guy was saying, where if she dumb enough to have this baby, I can just jet. I ain't got to be a part of this
Yeah,
motherfucking
you
kid life.
guys don't
So
have
she
no.
the dummy. Now I'm not saying he's a good man for doing that, right? But what I am saying is he also may not have to bear some of the repercussions that came from that action, depending on the
You might not have
circumstance.
to
He
bear
might not
none of
even.
the repercussions.
Yeah, possibly under certain circumstances. Most of the time you do because we got to pay child support. But let's say it was some girl I hit out of town and she'll never see her meet me again. Yeah, in those
Why would you hit
circumstances,
her?
yeah.
Oh god, Evan. I have so
Didi,
many.
I need you to act like you've been outside before. People travel, and I've even done it. I've
I have
slipped up and
traveled.
had unprotected sex with on a one night stand before. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm perfect. It's a girl I met 2 hours ago. Yeah,
Oh, oh
yeah,
my.
it's happened. This is the realness. Niggas do it all the time. What's the difference between the first time you meet them and 2 weeks of dating or 3 weeks of dating and y'all went
Are
out
we
three or four
switching
times
conversations?
and
Listen.
then you humped them raw on the first time? There's no
I'm
difference.
not I'm not judging. I'm just Yeah, because
See,
I'm
the
a
men in the chat know, they know the truth.
yeah.
But we more prone to tell the truth. Women gonna sit here and lie and say, no, I never did nothing like that. I always wore protection on the first time I had sex with her. Okay, we know you lying.
Well, if I can name
Or in
one.
large quantities. Not maybe not
Yeah,
you,
yeah,
BB,
yeah,
but a
yeah,
lot
yeah,
of
yeah.
women do.
That's wild, but y'all living very dangerous out here.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
live
yeah, for sure.
I live in Georgia too, so and the STD rates and HIV rates here
Right, it's
is
high.
oh my gosh. So yeah, no, I didn't play them games. Where's your condom? Or yeah, ain't gonna be nothing going on.
Okay, that's
Um,
safe.
Mama said, "OMG, stop it. We are humans. Controlling a grown person is crazy." Super Pat said, "LOL." Mama said, "Unprotected sex with someone you don't respect. You are having sex with every man she slept with."
Okay, congratulations. I
uh,
mean,
Super Pat
not
said,
saying you're wrong.
"Yep, college was wild. A lot of stuff I would never do again."
Of course, that's the. So you know what the crazy part about it is, Super Pat. Men tend to come on here and actually be honest. They say things that don't make them look good, right? It doesn't make me look good to say, "Oh yeah, I had sex with a girl on the first night before," right? But they'll rather say it come in here and lie. Oh, I would never do that. I always protect myself, but yet they always the victims and they always the baby mamas. How the fuck you always? How you get the baby mama? If you protect yourself so goddamn much, how you become a baby mama?
Okay, but what if they're just a one-time baby mama? Fa, you talk about
Why?
the
I'm
you.
against that too. But I'm not gonna sit here. I'm against baby mamas, period. But what I'm saying is I'm not gonna sit here and say that a girl being young, 19, 20, 21, and she couldn't make a bad decision, right? She could have
Yeah,
made a bad decision and became a baby mama. She's a human being. I get it. You see what I'm
yeah,
saying? What I'm trying to do is this is why I'm disappointed. Why
it's
you
fine.
knocking on the door like this ain't my shit. Hold on. Hold on.
New folks, if I got any, welcome to Discussions
I'm
with
in the
DT.
break room.
We've been talking about baby mamas. We've been talking
Knock
about
this. How you doing?
uh,
Yeah, no, this.
black men creating broken homes. Charleston White said black men are creating broken homes, but blaming the system and black women. Um, he did have some points that I agreed with, and it kind of touched on what Tan Harlem Nights was talking to you about yesterday. With sometimes we get in these relationships, and I know you don't want to hear about somebody showing you a different person, and then months later you meet the true person. You meet the
No,
representative
not months.
first.
No, she
I
said
see your
years.
face. I know you don't want to
No,
hear
she
about the
said
representative.
years later, not months later. I do believe you can put on a front for a month or two. So I wouldn't have argued that. She said years later. She said this man fronted for years and then one day he woke up and became a different person. She want me with my 37-year-old brain to believe that. Okay,
Well,
cool.
she said she
Well,
was
you
married.
the boo boo. And she said
What else?
3 times that happened to her. 3 different times. She said
She
she's
was
been married 3 times.
Yeah, she said she was married to one of her the men she was married to, and she didn't realize he had kids until they were 8 years into the marriage. But he had kids in another country.
Okay, but then that's not him becoming a different man. That's him lying about something.
Well, it's more to the story. I'm not gonna tell her business.
Okay. All right. Well, still.
But yeah, it's lying. She didn't go into details on how he changed. But again, I'll let her share that story. That's for her to share. Um, but yeah, I know you don't like to hear that people switch up, but they do. They do switch up.
I'm not saying that I don't like to hear that people switch up. I promise you. I'm not saying that you can't be deceived. Men can be deceived by women. Women can be
Yeah,
deceived by men. I'm
yeah.
not arguing that. What I'm saying is, you're not going to tell me you dated this guy for years. He showed no signs, right? He was a perfect, well, not perfect, but he was this particular guy for this particular long period of time. And then one day he became a completely different person. Listen to my words. That is not realistic. Is it impossible? No. But what I'm saying is that likely? No. She said it happened to her on 3 different occasions. All 3 of her marriages, it was always the man's fault why they divorced. Listen, baby.
You don't believe that?
No, no,
Why?
I'm
Why?
not. No, no, I'm not saying the reason why they divorced wasn't she can't point to something that they did. I'm not necessarily saying that.
But you're
What I'm
saying because
saying
she was
is
married.
she has a low level. She has a very bad. She is not good at being able to pick a man for herself. because she constantly picks men that are not good for her. So what it tells me is it's something with she has a difficult ability of being able to recognize good men, how they actually look and how they operate. She only dates low level men because she constantly gets with men that do certain things to her. I don't know what it is, but she should be able to recognize and learn from her past experiences and say, hey, or go to her men in her life and ask for advice and be like, hey, listen, I keep meeting men that don't want to work, that don't want to do this, that don't want to do that. And I keep choosing to be with them. So
Those are
maybe
not
it's something
choices.
I need to do things. No, no, you're right. I don't know. I'm just.
Yeah. I don't know because I don't know the full backstories between the three marriages. I
It would
just know.
be it would be no different if a man told me he got played by a woman the first time. Like he was paying for all her bills and buying all this stuff, and then he ended up finding out she only want to use it for his money. And then he turned around and get with another girl, and the same thing happened. She only wanted for his money, and then she turned around and do it again with a third girl, and she only wanted to use it for her money. You think I'm gonna be blaming the women, or you think I'm gonna be looking at the dude? You see what I'm saying? I'm gonna be looking at the guy. Like, what is wrong with you that you keep finding
But
yourself in a
all these men,
situation?
if all these men cheated on her, then are they not to blame, Fa?
Mm, I don't think so, but I think that's a loaded question because every man that cheats doesn't lie about cheating. You know what
No,
I'm
but
saying?
if
Some
these
of these
men
men
went
tell
behind
you,
her back and cheated on her, who's to
right?
blame in that situation?
I mean, if that was the case, all I'm cheating on her, even though I know that that ain't the situation. But if
How
that
do you
was the,
know, Fa? Do you
remember, because
know
I remember, she told me she had like some type of open relationship dynamic at one point. You know what I'm saying? She did.
her?
But her God, she did. She said, "Yo, we got down a little different." I'm telling you, she said that.
This guy in here.
But that's neither here nor there. If you leave, if you pick three men and all three of these men cheated on you and you left for those reasons, then I'm not mad at you. I mean, I don't think it's wise to leave these quote unquote good men for cheating. But I'm not gonna sit here and say that ain't your right.
You said you don't think it's wise to leave these good men for cheating. They're not good men.
Yeah,
They're cheating.
Martin Luther King wasn't a good man.
Here we go.
So Coretta Scott was. So Martin Luther King wasn't a good man.
I never said he wasn't a good
You,
man.
you just said if you cheat, you're not a good man.
He was. He might have been a good man, but oh no, no, no,
Okay.
no, no. He might have been a good man, but a good husband, maybe not.
Maybe
But
not. I agree with that. Okay, fair
yeah,
point. That's a good
yeah,
point.
yeah.
But
Uh,
but you're not a good white leader
who? My anybody?
because no,
What do
I'm
you mean?
saying anybody in particular. Meaning infidelity is not the only way for you not to be a good wife. You cannot cheat on your husband and still be a bad wife.
And the same goes as with men, right?
100%. I just said I
Okay.
agree with you.
Okay. Super Pat said, but she has to look in the mirror.
Thank
Listen,
you.
I don't know what the whole dynamics was when she's on here. Maybe she could break down all three of her marriages, and then FAU and her can have. But I
If
just
there's nothing to discuss, there's no way in the world you're gonna get into three different marriages and always blame the men, not have any self reflection why you keep picking these type of guys. Like, there's nothing you can say. I don't care about how it ended. I'm asking you, what are you not being able to recognize in men
well,
where you keep finding
FAU
yourself in these
all these men
situations?
cheat. If she tells you all these men cheated, then what? You gonna let her have
And
her?
I would say go date a man that's not likely to cheat. If cheating is so important to you, go date a man that's not likely to cheat.
Okay.
There are men out here that don't cheat, they just don't have money.
Even the broke ones cheat. What you
Yeah, some of them. Yeah, you're right. Some of them.
mean? Even the broke ones cheat.
Yeah, that's true. Some of them do. Yeah, for sure. That's
They
true.
don't care. They be like, I'm gonna find a way, make it work. I'm gonna get
But you
me
can't
mine.
be living in, listen, you can't be, this is my opinion. You can't be living in a worldly world and then expecting for people not to do the things of the world. Cheating is, to me, is reserved for people that are like Christians or like have a religious belief that kind of make them not want to do it. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if you don't have no religious background and you just out here living, What you just hoping he don't cheat? He don't. Listen, most men don't cheat because of some type of religious belief, not because they think it's wrong.
It's crazy too, because I was gonna cover
Mhm,
here, and we're winding down, y'all. I don't know
mhm.
Super Pad why they cheated. It's crazy because K Michelle was on Club Shay Shay, and she talked about how she lets her husband sleep with other women, and
Right.
they video it, and she watches the video.
Yeah,
Like
she into it.
she's into it.
She on her P Diddy shit.
I said, oh, what has this world come to where women are openly admitting to doing that? But didn't she's
Baby,
married
they
though?
been doing that. They been doing well. I ain't gonna say been, but they've been doing that for a while.
But she's married. Fa, does that mean
What's the point?
does that make her a good wife?
Not by my Christian standards, but maybe by their own, however they rate what they consider good and bad. Sure, if they agree upon it, then sure.
And she said she don't care if he sleep with other women. She just don't want him paying their bills. That's the only
Cool.
stipulation.
But to be
She
honest, I'm gonna be honest with you. That is the reality of a lot of women. They just wouldn't say it. They
no,
just wouldn't say. That's why what you find out is the girl be more upset when they find out you've been giving this girl money than if you were just humping her.
no.
I'm just
See,
saying.
I would be upset if be. It would depend. See, a one time and done thing, like you smashed once and then you kept it moving and you never saw the person again, I might be willing to forgive. But if you were seeing this person on a consistent basis and you and this person established a relationship, nah, I'm pissed. I'm pissed.
Yeah, I got you.
Super Pat says she's realistic, plus she probably don't like sex. I don't.
Well, yeah, she
Well,
got burnt out so much. You gotta remember, she retired.
oh,
K Michelle been a hoe for a long time. So,
that
a
is
lot of when you got women that's been overly sexualized, like for the majority of their life, they tend to start to not like sex when they get older.
mm,
You know what I mean? They usually have when they had a lot of it in their 20s for maybe different reasons. Maybe she went through trauma, whatever it was. But when she do a lot of sex in early 20s with a bunch of different men, they tend not to want to have sex no more when they get older. Tell you, that's consistent. That's common.
y'all teaching me something. I didn't know.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, yeah, for sure.
Let's do some final thoughts. FA P. Camp Brown said, or more upset if someone found out, like her friends and family. Girl, did you see that interview? I
Yeah,
was just
that's real.
shocked. Like, did she say that?
The embarrassment is always 10 times worse. You know what I mean? That's why I say you can respectfully cheat. Remember I used to say that? Remember we used to
Yeah,
talk about it as
you
a
can get
respectful way to cheat?
about respectfully cheating. Yep.
You know what I'm
But I guess
saying?
that would be considered respectfully cheating because she knows about it and she
No, no,
like.
no. They wouldn't. He's not cheating. I'm saying the Peach Brown saying it'd be even worse when family and friends find out that you cheated.
Oh
The
yeah,
man said it'd be embarrassing on the girl. And that's why
yeah,
I was like, yeah, he's not respectfully cheating. I would have checked him and been like, yeah, nigga, why you fucking her coworkers? Why would you do something like that? That's not cool. But my final thoughts is I reject this idea of how I reject his example of how I just try to say because he's already framing the conversation with the woman being the victim and the man being the perpetrator. Like niggas is out here just lying to women, getting them pregnant and leaving. I just disagree with that. Does it happen? Sure. Probably happens sometimes, but I don't think how about this? Out of the 4.5 million black baby mamas that we have in this country, right? I do not believe it's because they've all been lied to, right? And they all got sold a dream, and the man put the midnight train to Georgia. That's not what's happening.
yeah.
I grew up in an all black area, and I'm outside. Let me tell you something. 80% of these women, these black women in my area, they get pregnant. They tell that man they get that they pregnant. You know what 80% of the men say?
They don't want it.
I don't want it. They all say I don't want it, and they decide to have that baby anyway. So that's not him running off. That's none of him. That's exercising his right. Just like you have a right to decide if you want to be a mother or not. Because when you don't want to be a mother, you don't have to be a mother, right?
Hmm.
And that's him exercising his right that he don't want to be a father. And I don't want to be a father. I didn't lay down with you with the intention to have children. I'm not gonna tell you you can't have children. You can do whatever you want with your own body. But I'm telling you, I don't want to be a father, so I'm not gonna be a part of that. He has, if you are pro-abortion, meaning like if you're okay with women being able to choose to not be a mother, then you have to respect when men don't want to be a father. Is that simple?
I just, my final thoughts are super fast. She had a bunch of operations too. Yeah, she did.
That's true too. She
With
got
the
all that Air Jordan shit out her ass.
yeah. My final thought would be I don't agree, FA, that he was trying to. I think he's just trying to. Charleston White, it's like Rashad said, he's either hit or miss. You know,
Mm.
I don't always agree with him, and then when I do agree with him, I'm like, okay, some of the things he does, they make sense, and you do have a point. Everybody probably was not tricked into it.
Mm.
Some might have been trapped, you know, because
That's possible.
there are men that trap women, and there are women that trap men.
I just
I
don't
just
know that's
think,
possible. But
I think it's a collective thing, and that's what I want this podcast to be about, not just a one-sided, okay, black men are to blame or black women are to blame. We're equally responsible, and we equally have to
no,
hold.
I ain't gonna say that.
I do.
I
I
think that there are things that black men are to blame for. And then I think we're not equally
no,
responsible
no,
in
no.
everything.
When it comes to the broken homes, I will say it's a collective thing. Black
Okay,
men and black
I would agree with that. I would
be
agree with that. I
be
would agree with that.
because you're right. Women do have the choice. We any other time, if we don't want to have a baby, what do?
See ya.
We don't go have the baby. And the moment maybe you find a baller or whoever you want to lay down and have this baby with, you have the
All of a
baby.
sudden you got morals. Right.
Right. You have the baby. But then you do have these men, and it's not all of you that walk away from your
Yeah.
responsibilities.
Yeah.
So I'm holding them accountable and holding this over their head as well. So I think it's a collective thing. I think we equally are responsible for put some damn protection on. Cover it up
Yeah.
or go get on some birth control if you don't want to have
Women. How about this? Women. I got two daughters now. And
you
I'm
do.
gonna be teaching. Yeah, I got two daughters now. I'm gonna be teaching them. I don't teach them like women. Like women talk. Fuck all that. You know what I'm gonna teach them? It's your responsibility not to get pregnant. I don't care what he says to you. I don't care what none of that. It's your responsibility to make sure you don't get pregnant. Simple. Nothing else to talk about. Nothing. It doesn't matter that we both lay down. None of that matters. I'm telling you now, it's your responsibility to not get pregnant. Period.
But see, Efe, what you said there, you're teaching your daughters. Imagine if there were more black fathers in the house teaching and
It would
guiding.
be more women would stop becoming baby mamas. You know, if women waited to say, I'm only gonna have a baby when somebody marries me, then there would be more black fathers around.
It's equal, Efe. It's a collective thing. I'm sorry. The broken home without blaming the other. We can't do that.
Nah, well, I can because I'm telling you right now, the single motherhood is because women don't love themselves enough,
To
not
go get,
have children, and no, 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 forget that. They don't love themselves enough to refuse to have children until they're married.
which
That- They,
means
they,
they shouldn't
they
be
don't
having
love
sex
themselves
then,
enough.
right? Until they get married.
No, I'm saying that they can, but they can do it responsibly. They can get on birth control. They can do different
Yeah,
things.
that goes for both men and women. Because if you're gonna preach that to women, you got
No,
to
no,
preach.
no. But men
But
don't get pregnant.
it
Men don't
doesn't
get
matter if
pregnant.
they make
No, it
babies.
does matter. That's the whole point. It does matter. Men don't get pregnant. You are the single baby. You're the baby mama. He's not. He's not a baby mama. You the one that get pregnant. I'm not saying he's not wrong for not taking care of his kids. I'm not there yet. I'm at the beginning stage. I'm saying, but you don't get pregnant. But you don't give away your most valuable gift. The most valuable thing you can give to a man is a child. You know that, right?
I thought it was your for JJ.
No, y'all get
Sorry.
that to everybody. So listen, no, it ain't. That ain't the most valuable. Your womb.
Sorry. I'm sorry. Go.
Well, listen. If that's the most valuable thing you can give a man, then why all women ain't virgins?
That's what, that's why they're supposed to be though, because it's supposed to be the most valuable thing you give on your wedding night. That's what it used to be,
Well,
right?
yeah, and I said, yeah, I agree, and it should be that way, but it shifted. Women wanted to become sexually liberated, and they wanted to go out and do all this other wild shit. But that's neither here nor there. I didn't want to, because it's not about blaming women. I am blaming women when it comes to this particular topic. I'm blaming women. who getting pregnant. You get pregnant. The man don't get pregnant. Your belly grows. You're the one that gets pregnant. So I'm telling you, stop getting pregnant. Fuck the man. Each, love yourself enough not to want to be in that situation. About
Okay.
that. And they have 26 different forms of birth control. Pick one. They got 26 different forms of birth control. Pick one. There's no excuse. It's just no excuse. You know what my mama used to tell me?
What?
She said, any woman that gets pregnant is because she wanted to get pregnant. This is what she used to she tells me. When I was growing up, when we was 16, 17, going, she used to say it all the time. Any woman that gets pregnant is because she wants to get pregnant. At that time, it was only like 18 forms of birth control. She was like, it's 18 different forms of birth control. So if she gets pregnant, it's because she wanted to get pregnant. And they free. Obama made it free. Obama made it free for y'all to have free
And
birth control.
that's not in every situation, because sometimes people, you
She
could be
wasn't saying 100%. She was kind of
right
just giving you an idea of,
at every situation, because you can be
yeah.
using a condom and people still end up pregnant.
I don't know. I don't know. I never heard that in my life that a
Yeah.
nigga used a condom. No, I don't believe that. I don't
You
believe
said
that.
correctly and had a baby.
Yeah, I mean, what did it? What does that mean? Yeah, I wore it, but it popped, and like, what does that mean?
It
Like,
came
what do you
off.
mean?
Sometimes it
Then it wasn't. Then that had nothing to do with the condom. You know what I mean? That mean it wasn't. He wasn't wearing it. See what you talking about? It came
I
off.
mean, he wasn't wearing it correctly.
Yeah, if it came off, he didn't wear it correctly.
And then, I don't know this lady, but because I'm on birth control, and we were talking about birth control. She was like,
Yeah,
"Girl, pregnant while I was on birth control." I said, "Shut up!" And she was in
I
her.
don't believe him.
She
You
was.
gotta know these women lie.
No, she was
These
in her.
women lie.
She was in her. She already had kids. One was getting ready to go to college. She was like, "Girl, I got a decision to make. I got to figure
Let me
out
ask you this: what
if
kind
I
of?
want to start over or not."
I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying a lot of times when women claim that, it's because they're not actually taking the pills correctly at the right time, or if they have, in some very rare cases, sometimes the ones that y'all get implants in, they
Oh
become
yeah,
faulty. They
yeah.
become faulty, like something go wrong with it or
I
whatever.
think
So I'm
she
not.
had one of those in an implant.
Yeah, yeah. So that may, I'm not saying that's just an unfortunate situation, right? But when I hear women say, I got pregnant, I was on birth control, but 90% of the time it's because they weren't taking the birth control the way that they were prescribed to take it. You can't take it every other day when they tell you to take it
No,
every day
she
at the same time.
definitely had the implant, and she
No,
definitely
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
word.
she
Yeah, that was
was
just an
like that.
unfortunate
I said,
situation.
"Well, what happened with the implant?" She said, "Girl, I don't know what happened when it stopped working."
Yeah, well, that's just crazy. That's just unfortunate. Yeah,
Yeah. All right. What's tomorrow? Thursday? Jesus. All right. This week is moving. We're back at it tomorrow. I'm not sure what we're talking about yet, but we'll do it tomorrow. Thank you,
for
SA.
sure.
See
Of
y'all tomorrow.
course.
Discussions with
Thank
Deetia
you.
Parker. We out.